Breaking. Soros promises nationwide riots if Trump does it this week. This is huge. Ever since Trump defeated Satanic Democrat Hillary Clinton in the election, the left has been doing all they can to bring him down. Democrats want the government to control our lives, and they want to take our hard-earned money and give it to their constituents in return for their loyalty at the ballot box. This is how they stay in power year after year. So when Trump came along and wanted less government control, and for us to keep more of what we earned, the Dems were having none of it. Trump is systematically destroying a corrupted system that Democrats love, so it's no surprise they are fighting back tooth and nail. They are fighting back by concocting stories about collusion with Russia to undermine President Trump by casting doubt on his legitimacy. It has been almost a year since the investigations into collusion began, and to date, there is absolutely zero evidence that any took place. Like Jeff on Facebook. At the head of the investigation is special counsel Robert Mueller. When Mueller was appointed to look into possible collusion on the part of the Trump campaign, he immediately hired a team of investigators who had close ties to the Clinton crime family. One top FBI agent who hates Trump had to be fired after it became known that he conspired against him with others, and tainted the investigation. Rumors are now swirling that President Trump will fire Mueller as it's become obvious this is just a Democrat witch hunt to take him down. Enter head of the snake, top Democrat socialist, George Soros. Soros is well known for funding anti-American organizations that send thugs and terrorists into the streets to wreak havoc on our lives. One such group is MoveOn.org. This group is now threatening nationwide unrest of the type we see with Antifa and BLM riots if President Trump does indeed sack special counsel Mueller. Via your newswire. George Soros has boasted about plans to roll out nationwide riots across the U.S. if Mueller drops his Trump-Russia probe. The Soros-funded radical left group MoveOn.org has warned it will begin hours after news breaks of a Mueller firing, according to a post on its website. Donald Trump is publicly considering firing special counsel Robert Mueller, the person leading the Department of Justice investigation of possible illegal actions by Donald Trump and members of his presidential campaign, and the efforts to conceal those activities. This would be a constitutional crisis for our country. It would demand an immediate and unequivocal response to show that we will not tolerate abuse of power from Donald Trump. Our response in the minutes and hours following the power grab will dictate what happens next, and whether Congress, the only body with the constitutional power and obligation to rein Trump in from his rampage, will do anything to stand up to him. That's why we're preparing to hold emergency nobody is above the law rallies around the country in the event they are needed. IntelliHub.com reports, now the snowflakes at MoveOn.org are saying that it would be a constitutional crisis if Trump were to fire Mueller and vow to hold emergency nobody is above the law rallies in all 50 states. President Trump is fully within his constitutional rights to fire Mueller. Many Republican lawmakers believe he should do just that, as it's obvious this isn't about justice, it's about taking out Trump because butthurt libs just can't get over the fact that he won. Indeed, just today it is being reported that FBI agents and DOJ officials might be investigated by the House for anti-Trump bias. Via Newsweek. Top officials at the FBI and the U.S. Justice Department might be subpoenaed as part of a House investigation into alleged agency bias against President Donald Trump. A Republican on the House Judiciary Committee said Saturday that the panel's chairman, Representative Bob Goodlatte, Republican Virginia, has vowed to subpoena several leading officials as Trump and some GOP Congress members stoke speculation that intelligence and law enforcement agencies are perpetuating partisan opposition against the Trump administration. Republicans are apparently focused on Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe, FBI lawyer Lisa Page, FBI counterintelligence agent Peter Strzok, who once worked on special counsel Robert Mueller's team investigating the Trump campaign, and former Associate Deputy Attorney General Bruce Ohr and his wife Nellie, who were both tied to the infamous dossier alleging collusion between Trump and the Russian government. Speaking about the probe on Fox News, Representative Jim Jordan, Republican Ohio, said he believes there has been a full-blown campaign within Washington to derail Trump's presidency, which supposedly including federal agencies. President Trump won in spite of the Republican establishment being against him, the Democrats being against him, the elite media being against him and the FBI and Justice Department being against him, Jordan said. Jordan did not say when the subpoenas might come, and Goodlatte office has not confirmed the plans. Jordan has been an outspoken critic of Mueller's investigation into the Trump campaign's suspected Kremlin ties and has even called for a second special counsel to look into Mueller's team for supposed bias. Trump has long claimed that Mueller's probe and the congressional investigations into Russian election interference are a partisan witch hunt aimed at toppling his presidency. But the attacks have escalated in recent weeks as several developments have invited new scrutiny of the people probing Trump. Media reports revealed that Strzok was taken off Mueller's team over the summer after Mueller learned of texts Strzok sent to Page during the 2016 campaign criticizing Trump and his campaign. Meanwhile, Fox News revealed Bruce Orr was demoted over meetings he held last year with Christopher Steele, the British spy who compiled the Trump dossier, and Glenn Simpson, founder of the company that produced it, Fusion GPS. Nellie